There we are, Real
What's
Migos, back in the house. Ian,
How are you?
I love you so much, real estate. I love it, man.
So much real estate. Yeah. You got to cross the U out because real estate.
Right. Love real estate so much. So we're back. Sorry for not being here last week with you. Ian and I were at band camp together. Sorry. Nope, not at band camp. Ian and I were at a yearly event that we go to every year. A lot of great realtors, all that good stuff. So I tried to do Real Amigos, but man, trying to do this and have 1,000 realtors talk to you at the same time, it was 6,000 actually. 6,000.
Yeah, I thought it was like 7,000, 6,500. But either way, like you said, everybody's running around. Everybody's trying to learn and grow so that we can take better care of our clients.
That's right. All right. Jaden's in here. So we got a lot to talk about today. John S. has missed you guys. Looking forward to talking about all my favorite communities, Treviso. So Treviso. If you like Treviso, drop a 1 in the chat there. If you hate Treviso, drop a 2. And if you never want us to talk about Treviso again, just write, please, no more Treviso in the chat. All right, Charles, what's up, man? Living up in old Georgetown right now. Okay, so Ian, we got a lot to talk about, man.
Yeah.
So there's been since the last time, the last announcement was that you were fired off of the channel. It looks like you've been rehired. The overlords brought you back.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
The comments brought me back. I'm here for the comments.
Man, so there's a lot going on in the market. I went through and I pulled the numbers, and I want you to start doing it right now. I'm gonna say this again in a few minutes.
Yep.
If there is a zip code that you want me to look at today, so that's what we're gonna do today. If there's a zip code that you want to hear the numbers for the July numbers, drop a comment, just put the zip code in a little bit. We're going to go through that. Before that, we are actually going to go through the suburbs. So look at the suburbs as a whole and then the zip codes. And that way we can cut it into 2 separate videos and you can rewatch it later. That'd be awesome. Does anybody want to hear an interesting stat?
Of course.
Here's an interesting stat.
Of course we do.
So Ian, in the comment section of all my videos, I get told Austin's so unaffordable.
Yeah.
Don't buy in Austin. Austin's terrible. It's unaffordable. It's all this. So today I went through, Ian, and I did the numbers. So in 2022, Jaden, this is going to be a good clip for you here for short. So everybody's telling me that Austin is not affordable, that it's so expensive to live in. And I agree, the interest rates make everything a lot tougher right now. But absolutely. Would you believe this statistic that I pulled from the MLS today, from the 5 counties we live in, the MSA? Last year, 22% of homes that sold last year were under 400. 22 up to this time last year. So up to, what are we, August 30th? So I did the numbers up to August 30th. At this point, 22%. Yeah. What do you think that number shakes out to be?
I'm going to say, let's say
we'll give you. Okay, perfect. So it's 5,202 homes last year by this time closed. Under 400K. Give a wild.
Whoa. Hold on.
Under 400.
5,000 homes.
So out of the 23,630 closed up to this point.
Oh, 630. Okay.
Last year. So 23,000 at this time last year, we had 23,630, 22%, which was 5,202 homes were under 400K.
That's pretty impressive. I would not have guessed that.
Okay. That's 2022.
Yeah.
What do you think the percent of homes sold under 400K in 2023 to this point, August 30th is?
I'm going to say the percentage probably doubled. So I'm going to go with, let's say a 45%.
Okay. In the comment section below, you're saying that homes are super expensive in Austin. Of the 20,000, we're down 3,000 closings to this point from last year to this year. Of the 20,561 homes in the comments, I want to hear from you. What percent or how many homes do you think sold under 400K?
Just to be clear, this is all the 5-county MSA. This is not Austin proper.
Correct.
So, right. Okay. This includes your Kyle, your Buda, maybe even a offshoot in San Marcos or something like that, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So you said 45%.
Yeah.
Would you like
it's a
to know?
Pretty high percent.
It is
that's a good point. So Brett asked a very good question. Is this single family or does this also include condos, townhomes?
Everything. This is everything.
Everything. Got it.
Right. And I did it for both.
Yeah.
Right. So I did it for both. And you'd be surprised how many were not actually condos. It was a lot of single family. So
yeah, especially new construction out in Gerald and
36% of the closings up to now are under 400K. That number went from 5,200 last year to almost 7,600.
Yeah.
So the point I'm making with this and why I'm drawing this out is everyone keeps telling me how expensive the market is. And I agree with interest rates. It is not as cheap. Yet people are finding homes under 400K in this market right now. And they are closing at a much higher rate than they were in 2022.
Yeah.
So
it makes a lot of sense.
John says, I still understand the thinking that Austin is unaffordable. My friend in Seattle just purchased a 20-year-old home that was 2,100 square foot for $950K. Did they use our friend Monica Church, who's going to be in town next week for our event? If you're a real estate agent and you have not signed up for our event, we have Jimmy Mack and the owner curator, Lana Rodriguez, who crushes client events. We have Monica Church coming in town, huge YouTuber. She's been on the channel. She's going to give a talk. We got Trey Serrano, Mr. Spicy. If you like Mr. Spicy on this channel, he's going to be here. I mean, the list goes on. Broke Agent Media is going to be here. Bam.
That's
If you're not watching the hot sheets every single morning at 8:30 a.m., watch the damn hot sheets. Okay.
Tammy Price, Google My Business.
Google Business Profiles.
Will Draper AI.
Will Draper AI. So this event, if you're interested in this event, just email me, Jeremy and Austinite Homes. Just put the title event and I'll send you the link.
Same thing that John was talking about with the house in Seattle, and you had referenced Monica Church. So Lana from Colorado. So I'm going to speak at one of her events later this month, and she's got
the 20th.
Yeah, on the 20th. You going?
Let's go. Let's get a room together. Let's bro out again.
Let's do it.
I'm going.
I didn't know you were going. Shit. Here's the thing. Nobody tells me anything. I know that I was asked to go, and I was like, okay, I'll show up. Anyway, all that to say, so I have a buddy. We just did a referral out there. They closed, and similar thing, 20-year-old home. It was like $740,000 for 2,200 square feet. I could be off with that number, but it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a large home for that price. It did come on a little bit more land, but I think when you're comparing that to what you're getting for in Austin or in Seattle and these other places, that's up there. New York, we're not even going to go there.
So speaking of, thank you for that. Thanks for covering me there. So speaking of interest rates, though, here's something I think you're going to find interesting, because I've heard there's a guy named like the Real Estate Ninja or something like that.
Oh yeah,
I came across his channel, and it was about this Zillow thing that we're going to talk about. Yeah. And I gotta admit, man, I watched him, and I don't know the guy. I haven't watched very many of his videos, but he went off on a tirade about how he used to get all of these cheap loans. He'd get everybody to give part of their commissions, and I don't know. That guy seems like a major sleazeball. And then he was, I mean, just from what I saw in this video, maybe he's not. You tell me in the comments, is he a sleazeball? I don't know. But I just felt like he was like, it was interesting because he was like talking about how he was the problem in the 2008 crash. I'm like, do you not hear yourself? Anyway, so Zillow comes out with this 1% loan program.
Yes.
I want to get your take on this, Ian, and we'll read through it here. Our friends over at BAM put out an article about this. What are your thoughts on this Zillow program that is going to potentially give buyers the ability to do 1% down? All
right, let's go through it.
More
accessible.
So the monthly payment isn't the only cost to consider before applying for a mortgage loan. Many, the upfront cost of down payment is daunting enough. Many prospective first-time home buyers are saying the high rates, which make saving money more difficult. The majority of 64% first-time home buyers are making down payments of less than 20%. I mean, my first home, I put, I think 3.5% down. So basically what this does is to make homeownership accessible for these buyers. Zillow Home Loans is now offering 1% down payment programs. Eligible buyers can pay 1% of the final purchase price, and Zillow will pitch an additional 2% of closing for a total of 3%.
So there's so many variables in there, and usually there's some fine print that they're not covering. Redfin does 100%. This a lot. So like question number one, do you have to use Zillow's every other company, use Zillow's insurance company, use Zillow's mortgage, use like everything with Zillow in order to make that work? Use Zillow real estate agents where you're actually either taking it out of their commission or something to that effect. So that's the number one. Number two is, are they increasing the sales price or the fees to make it a larger amount that you're paying for long term, just so you can get that money shorter term, that coverage shorter term? That's generally how these types of things work. But I haven't read through the entire article to be able to ascertain whether or not that's true.
Right. So here's the deal. And I think people need to understand. So when I was watching the Real Estate Ninja's take on this, he basically was like, oh, this is what caused the 2008 crash is this. Let's be 100% clear. This is a marketing ploy by Zillow. So 100%. if you're a home buyer right now and you're out there in the market, there are first-time home buyer programs. So there are plenty of, in fact, I've sold, I can't tell you how many in the last 3 years, well, really like 17, 18, 19, there's what was called a T-Shack loan. There was all of these buyer assistant down payment loans. They're back. Yeah, T-Shack's back. And so what it did was you'd still had to finance the 3%, but they would upload it
Yes.
up front. So if you sold your home, you still have to give this 2% back. And so these loans may be
Yeah.
similar to that. They may not be, but Zillow's not going to chip in another 2% realistically. This is a ploy to get more people to come in and use Zillow services. Is 100% what it is,
Right.
because all of these lenders out there offer similar programs where they do a 0% down. I mean, think about it. VA has been a 0% down for a long time. You still have to qualify for these loans. It's not like anybody can get these loans.
I think what happens is Zillow's on, a lot of people are on the Zillow websites. They're browsing, they're excited, they're seeing beautiful homes. Zillow didn't have a great way to compete with people leaving their website. And so they had to come up with a marketing term that allows people to stay on the site, just like YouTube, just like Instagram, just like all these other social media sites. That's all Zillow is, really.
Right. And so I know, the real estate ninjas over there saying this is going to crater the market. This isn't going to crater the market. Not enough people are actually going to use this. And in fact, all these mortgage companies that do programs like this, they don't make very much on these fees. And so if you think about it, like a real estate company will sometimes partner with a lender, and a builder will offer all these things. Those builder loans, it is so difficult to work with a builder's lender because they work on volume. And so you're not getting the best care. Now, will that be the same with Zillow? Who knows? But let's be honest, this is a marketing ploy. This isn't going to create the market. This wasn't even close to create the market.
Well, and just to clarify, I do want to say that some builder lenders are pretty good, but the large majority are not the best.
Yes. Well, I haven't had,
Okay.
I mean, I haven't had the greatest experience with most builder lenders. Now they'll get the job done for sure. But as far as communication and getting back to you on time, no, they have. I've never had, a superb. I mean,
I think it depends on how long they've been with the builder, what their volume is, right? If they're a newer, hungry builder lender, then they just need to impress everybody, and so they do the best that they can.
Yeah. So what's interesting, and why I'm talking about loans first, is this right here, and that is the fact that the mortgage applications are increasing, even at 7.4%. Mortgage loan applications are increasing. Now, mortgage refis are not. But what's interesting about that is here's today's mortgage rates. They're down from 7.4 down to 7.06. And if we see this trend, Ian, this is what we've been saying like 2 weeks ago. In fact, maybe the week before, the week you were gone, I was talking about this. I have been saying for the longest time, Ian, that the last half of this year is going to be the time to buy. Have I been saying that?
Yeah, you have. I think that's kind of a mutual sentiment for a few reasons. We've talked about the pending political climate. We've talked about now that summer's over, the people that are serious need to move. We've talked about people that have their house, the return to work. So people have to list. And so if they're listing, they have to purchase elsewhere. Like all of these things are factors. And then I think Aaron has brought up multiple times the looming student loan coming due. And so if people can get that taken care of beforehand, they might want to do that. So there are a lot of things that are culminating right now that gets people to want to take some action. Makes sense.
Yeah. And look, what we're going to see for the August numbers when they come out for the Austin area. So we ended last year, or we ended last year. We ended July down. I disputed those numbers last week, or the last video we did. I imagine that we're probably, if I look at the numbers for June, or for July, when I pulled the static numbers, I showed 585 is the median closed. ABOR came out and said it's 550, which I don't agree with. This month, I'm showing them at 575, which means they'll probably go down to 540 if their numbers are 10,000 or that big of a difference. So we're going to see another decrease. And if we see another decrease in this month and we see interest rates drop down even further back under 6 into the 6.5, which, I mean, we have an article here by Kay Schiller that I've popped up a couple times. You're going to see people back in. But you know what, Ian? And I want to get your take on this and in the comments as well. I
Yeah.
keep writing the comments, Isabel. We're going to get to you in a second. Stupid Noah. That's the name. I'm not calling them stupid. I want to get to both those questions. But here's something very interesting, Ian. So I met with a seller the other day, and they were going to be a seller. They've decided to rent their property, and instead of selling, in lieu of selling, and we're going to buy a new property because they were in that same position. They have a 2.2 interest rate. They're going to rent their place out and they're going to buy the next one. They have the cash able to do that. So they're going to do that. Okay.
Love it.
They don't want to sell because it's 2.2%.
Nationally, it's free money at this point.
I don't blame them. I mean, I wasn't the one going, you need to sell. No, I didn't say that at all.
Right, of course not. No, you keep it. Yeah. If you're in that position and you believe in the growth of Austin, you keep that. You call us anyway and have the conversation, but more than likely we'll say keep it.
And I want to get everybody's take on what I'm about to say. I want to get your take too, Ian. So the biggest problem nationally, not in Austin, but the biggest problem nationally is lack of inventory. And a lot of it is because of the golden handcuffs. And then people are looking at interest rates and they're going, man, these are expensive. If interest rates drop from they were at 7.4 down to 6.5, that is going to push a lot of buyers back in the market, which means that the tight inventory in a lot of these markets is going to get tighter. If that interest rates drops back down to 6%, maybe even into 5%, which I'm not saying that's going to happen, but if that did, what do you actually think that would do for inventory? I think if we see a sharp decline in interest rates, remember January always rolls around and we always see a lot of buyers jump back in the pool because interest rates usually dive down in January and everybody's back in, like our spring market's out of control. But think about it. If now that homeowner that was sitting at 2.5% goes, it's fine. I got to get the bigger house now. I'm going to go from 2.5 to 5.5. I know it's going to suck, but I have equity in my house. What do you think that actually does for inventory nationally? My prediction, inventory skyrockets because people now can sell. They're not handcuffed like they were. I want to get everybody's take on that. Do you think I'm absolutely loony for thinking that? And that's nationally. I'm not talking about Austin. Austin, we have 4 months inventory right now. That could crater Austin even more potentially if that is the case.
I think what that will do is inventory will increase, but I don't know about skyrocket because I'm not familiar with some of these other areas. I think areas with no new builds. Yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll be really interesting. It's a lot different than Austin where we have new builds that people can go to. Because right now, what builders are doing is exactly that. So if they, in order to compete or in order to still sell the same house at a higher sales price, they're often lowering the interest rate and providing flex cash. I just had one of those today. So like I can get a house for under 5% interest rate today. That's a big deal. So they're still able to move units that way. But yeah, that's a really interesting thought because, people are going to get excited. They're going to want to sell because they see the interest rates dropping and they can now, get rid of their equity or let go of their home and relocate or do whatever they need to do with the next home. That's really interesting. That's a good thought.
I think it's definitely possible. I think it'll take a while for that to happen because think about it, if you think about the reason, so if you're looking at the CPI right now, when they're looking at the CPI and they're pulling the numbers for rental rates take a year to catch up. And that's because they're a lagging indicator. And the way they pull the numbers for CPI is the most asinine way possible. So we are the only country. I guarantee you inflation would be much lower if they actually paid attention to like Logan Motoshami. I mean, 120,000 doors. He's saying that rent prices are really low. The thing is, rent prices are going to start coming back up because if inventory is this low and people have to be forced back to rent, interest rates are staying high and people aren't, you're going to see potentially rental rates go up. But what Logan Motoshami is saying is that the fact that rental rates are actually lower because they use this antiquated way. So they'll call you, Ian, and be like, Ian, what do you think you're going to rent your house for? And you're like, $4,000. I mean, you don't know what you can rent your house for if you're a person. And how the hell do you have a landline? Like who are they calling to do this survey? So I think it's really interesting that that's how they do the survey, but it's calling your grandma and she's like, oh, I'd rent my house for $1 million. Right. So it's interesting. I think the CPI numbers and the inflation numbers would be lower if they actually did a much better survey or listen to Logan Motoshami. Isabel says, what is your opinion on realtors saying that they are losing interest because of new build incentives? I don't understand the question quite. What is your opinion on realtors saying that we are losing interest because of new build incentives?
I'm going to take a stab at that, and you tell me what you think. So if you have a house on the market that's listed for sale right now, and you're not getting enough showings, or you're not getting offers, then it could be because someone can go 3 blocks over and get the same house with incentives and a lower interest rate, and it's brand new construction. So that is happening in some areas. But here's where people miss it. So I've got a listing right now it's a couple weeks old. Beautiful house. I don't think people understand that it comes with a Tesla solar panel, Powerwall. I don't even know if half people understand what Powerwall does for them. It's basically a generator and a battery. But the reason why I bring this up is because in this community, the build quality, you have Chesmar Homes, you have Perry Homes, you have all these high quality builders. And then across the street, literally across the street, you have homes that are 200,000 less that seem like they're the same, but different build quality. Different builder. Let's not talk about quality, just a different builder, but a builder known for pricing things lower. So you have your DR Horton neighborhood across the street. That's not to say anything about the builder themselves, but it is to say that we know that the price points should be different.
Right.
But that's what people are doing. They're saying, well, why would I spend $700,000 when I can get what seems like the same house for $500,000? And it's a new build from a builder with incentives. That's what's happening right now.
But I have a story to tell you. This whole channel, I gotta let this close first. But talk about a high-end builder that builds absolute dog crap. That builds Eileen's clients still want this home, but they have put my client or our clients, Eileen's clients, through the ringer, and they are a luxury builder. And it is
luxury builder. Oh, I believe it. I believe it.
Awful. It is. What they've done is just completely awful. I can't wait. The reason I'm not going to tell that story right now is the full story. Who the builder is, I will tell you in the future. Is my clients still want the home? They still want to be in the neighborhood. They still want to be there. They've invested thousands of dollars into this property already, and so all we're trying to do is mainly fight with this builder to get them to live up to their promise. My worry is, an article we're going to get to, is that I'm afraid they are going to terminate on my client if I say anything. And that is sad world that we have to live in. And that leads us to this. Oh, where is it? Come on, Jeremy. Oh, where'd the article go? I've got too many tabs open. There's an article out. Do I have it in this one? Builder. No. There's an article out about Esperanza. I'll try to find it real quick. About Esperanza, the builder. It wasn't Brookfield. It was Bloom something. It's now Terrata Homes. Terrata Homes is terminating contracts on people. So
were they were LGI.
They were LGI, and then that Terrata was supposed to be their luxury. I went in, LGI. Dude. I went into Esperanza. I'm going to be honest with you people right here. I did a video about Esperanza and two of the builders there. There's Terrata Homes, and then there's another one. I forget who the other builder was. The quality difference between the two builders, night and day difference for the same freaking price. Course. So what you're saying,
of course.
So when I was there, I was blown away about just the difference in it. So if you look at it, there's two different builders in there. I would recommend that you do your due diligence when you look at both builders and look at the quality of what they actually have on the grounds, because they will have some inventory. Walk their inventory and just feel it. See what you think. You tell me.
So I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think that's a really important thing to do. It always is. But when we say quality, I just want to be clear to everybody. Quality is subjective for a couple things. There is the material quality. Then there's quality of service. And so it's not just, is this a good builder? That's never an easy answer, right? Because there are a lot of really good builders that use kind of off the shelf, everybody has them products because they have to keep the price low. So
yeah, I closed out the window on accident. So sorry I couldn't bring that up, but there was an article out about that today. So I want to, let's see, what else do I have for you before we get to all this fun stuff? Let's see, CoreLogic, I got that. Oh, here we go. So it's staying on the builder vein. So the builders, so we were talking about cheaper homes or more affordable homes. Oh, here, let's get to this question first. This question right here was a decent question, and I want to get to it. Stupid Noah, thanks for asking it. Does a transferable 4% rate make a home more valuable now? And if so, to what degree would it increase the value? Ian, what do you think?
So there are a couple variables in there. One of them is, are you in a community where the builder is doing the same thing, where the builder is able to buy it down, or near a community for that? Two, is it a special loan type or is it generic? So if it's like a VA loan, then you can only transfer to another VA loan, I believe is how it works. Mm-hmm. And so there are things like that that you have to consider, but ultimately it could be enticing. As far as a price, I think you still have to compare the comps. You still have to look and see what's out there, what people can get, but you might be able to pull a little bit more. It becomes interesting because now you're basically giving somebody your loan, hoping that they're going to finish paying it off and you don't get in trouble.
Right. So with a transferable loan, you still need to, so they call them a subject to. Oh God. Oh, I'm back. Okay. It's a subject to loan. So it's subject to you actually getting full approval on that. The challenge is, the reality is no, it doesn't add value. It might cause somebody to write an offer on your property over another property, but it doesn't. Yeah. Because think about this. You're a buyer. You want a 4% interest rate, but you're a seller and you're actually going to have to transfer that loan or maybe make that loan. They still have to, like exactly what Ian said, they have to qualify for that loan, but not all the time can you actually assume that loan. So transferable is different than assuming. That person's still got to assume that loan. But like, let's say what you were trying to do was give somebody a 4% loan to do like a subject to. So that was them coming in and you're going to give them a 4% rate for 3 years. And then they got to do a balloon payment and buy out the rest. That might be enticing. Yeah. The challenge is you have to then still get a big chunk of money from that person in order to take that loan. And the reality is that you're not going to find somebody to give you 40% upfront. You're just not, or you're not 30% or 20% right now in this market. People want to put 5% down. So there's a lot of variables in there. I don't think it's going to add value the way you think it would, because it's going to become a bigger headache to actually get it done. Breaking news. Builders have different quality of work and materials. I wish there was a person that could guide me to buying a house. I think they would make a commission though. Yeah. So the question on a new neighborhood around me, it's FHA. Yeah. I mean, I think I answered that. Okay. What are some of the best and home quality builders? I would say from my experience, if you're looking for a little bit higher quality builder, I would say Drees and Highland Homes are probably the top two there. As far as the more affordable homes, it's tough. It's tough for me to say because I've had so many good and bad experiences with all of them. I think it just depends on the construction manager in there, what they're offering in the community. But man, I've had so many issues. The worst of the issues with Lennar. DR hasn't been the greatest. KB hasn't been the greatest, but we've gotten it done. So maybe if you reached out and wanted to work with us as your realtor, we could answer that question more in depth. Okay, Ian, I want to get to this. All right, everybody, Roland's here. What's up, Roland? Good to see you. Okay, let's get to this. I'm going to start going through, and I want you to do it again. I want you to start putting the zip codes you want to hear about. So the exact zip code that you're in, if you want to hear the numbers plus or minus what the July numbers were for your zip code, start dropping the zip codes in again. I don't want to scroll up, so sorry. I'm not going to scroll up and look. So drop the zip codes in. I'm going to start talking about, am I sharing a link with you? I don't think so. No. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start going through all of the suburbs first, as far as what the prices are, the plus or minus for the July year over year numbers. And then we're going to start going through the specific zip codes that you're dropping in. No one else is doing this. So if you're going to look for a realtor, you got the two best right here. Number one, well, actually we're not the top two. There's Eileen and then you and I, Ian. So Eileen's the better realtor.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. I'm not going to show you this. We're just going to start guessing because I don't want to give away the whole enchilada. Okay. For suburbs, Ian. All right. And go ahead in the chat too. Which suburb do you think saw the highest decrease in prices, and which one actually saw, there's 3 suburbs that actually saw an increase in prices July over July. The rest are bad. I want to hear from you which ones you think were the absolute worst. I'm going to start way down the list, and I'm surprised by this one. Way down the list at only 8% drop year over year, Kyle, Texas. What do you think about that, Ian? That Kyle is the least drop at 8%. Ian doesn't even want to respond. All right, people are.
I think I think the prices were already pretty good in Kyle, so having it be the least drop makes a lot of sense in that regard.
And the median price for Kyle, $359,000. Remember, we were talking about you can find homes under 400. The median price in Kyle is $359,000. All right, next on the list. What do you think the next lowest drop in prices? We're going to talk about the 3 that saw the highest increase at the end. Which one do you think fared the
southern
best?
city.
Ooh, okay. You're in the right area.
So if it's Kyle, it'll probably be their neighbor, Buda.
Ooh, Rongo, Bongo. Nope. Dripping Springs, nope. 604,000 is the median. I think that is actually a little bit higher. Round Rock's a good guess, Aaron. So Dripping Springs only a 8.4 year over year drop. Not bad. I mean, it's not good, but not bad. All right, what do you think the next one's going to be, Ian? I'm going to give you a hint. It's not south.
Okay.
And it's not how about south. This? The media, I'm gonna let you guess it. We're gonna do a guess. I've got a better way to do this. We're gonna do a guessing game. At 409,000 as the median, at down 9.6%. What is the next one? We got Leander in the chat. Cedar Park is a great. Cedar Park's a great guess, but that's not it. You ready? You ready for this? Georgetown. In there? Georgetown is the next lowest at 9.6 down, 409,000. That's 9% is not bad. I mean, Georgetown had a lot of growth over last year. All right, the next one. Guess this city. 370,000 is the median, 11.2% down year over year. Come on, Ian. Throw a guess out there. We've already said Dripping Springs, Kyle, and Georgetown.
I asked about Lago. I thought that would be a good one at that price point.
I'm going to give you a hint. Lago's way higher up the list of big drops.
Really? That's
higher.
Surprising.
Yeah. Oh, Georgetown is growing up. Leander's a good guess. At 370,000, it is. Ooh, good guess. Hutto. Hutto is the 4th lowest on this list, down 11.2%, $370,000. Can we check Bastrop? We will. We'll get there. Bastrop's not this low on the list, though. All right, next on the list. It's already been said in the chat, 415,000, down 12.4% year over year. Have you guessed it? I think you spelled Pflugerville wrong.
Depends on who you ask.
We said it. The winner goes to the next one. Aaron, Round Rock. Round Rock, 415,000 median, down 415 median, down 12.4%. The next one's already been said. I don't know if these numbers are right. The next is 442,000, and it's got a higher price than a Round Rock. I'm already giving it away. Down 12.5%, so just a tick up. What do you think
Is
it
that
is?
the Cedar Park one or Leander?
Pflugerville. Pflugerville has a higher price.
Because
go ahead.
I think Pflugerville has sold more new construction recently than Round Rock, because Round Rock is split between resale and new construction pretty evenly. So I think that's why that makes sense.
So how does Aaron feel about 12.5% down? I want to get Aaron in the comments for Pflugerville. We'll look up your zip code there, 78660 in a minute. At least 20% is what he says.
You also got to be careful with that, because a zip code is large, like Treviso and Lago and Cedar Park, and like the zip code, you got to be real careful with that. That as the metric. Yeah,
we'll see. Okay. We're going to the next on this list. I'm not even going to mess with this one. 303,000 is the median, down 13%. Elgin, which means that if the ones
313,
313. So
see that?
Sorry, 303, not 313, 303. What's interesting about this, think about the ones I haven't said yet. I haven't said Leander. I haven't said Lakeway. I haven't said Bastrop.
Yeah.
So there's ones on this list that are a higher year-over-year negative right now. John S. says, no way, Jose. Is Jose in the chat? Okay.
No, he's thinking San Jose, California is the reason why.
So what did I just say? Okay, 303 Elgin. Next up on this list, 300. Can you believe that this is higher price than Elgin and a higher price than Kyle, Texas? Gerald.
Taylor? Gerald. Yes, I can. I can believe that. It's ridiculous. And it's a higher tax rate while we're at it. But yes, I can believe it.
Gerald's at 375,000, down 15%.
Mickey Mouse ears comment.
Yeah. Well,
because somebody had a rumor. Not a rumor. Sorry. Somebody spilled the beans.
Yeah. Somebody talked about it on our channel and it went viral real quick.
No. It's because Gerald has only new construction. Like nobody's reselling anything.
Right.
That's really it.
Going next on this list. You've said this one a second ago. 459,000 as the median, down 15.1%. Lago Vista. Lago Vista is down 15.1% July to July. Now, these numbers I think are a little bit off on all of these because you have less sales in July. So maybe that's partly why they're different, but we'll see.
No, it's because we don't have a lake. That's the reason why Lago's down.
Well,
I can basically walk out into the middle of the water and there's spots where it's still 100 feet deep, but come on.
So I met with a developer that we're going to be listing 73 units in. I'm excited about this. If you want 2 to 3 acre tracts out in Driftwood, I am your guy. I can't give out pricing, but just for the lot is going to be over $500 to $1 million around there for lots if you're looking for that. So I'm your guy there. But yeah, we were talking about Lago Vista because he has tracks in Lago Vista he wants to sell. But Lago Vista 466, down 15%. The next on this list. Have we guessed the next on this list? Do you guess this one? Guess this one. 459,000 is the median. It's north. Okay. 459,000 is the median, down 15.8%. Name that tune.
I think it's real close to Lago, so I'm going to go with the Leander or Liberty Hill, but let's go with Leander.
You nailed it. Ian got it right. Lake is so bad. Yep. As bad as these numbers are, I need another 50% drop to hit my break even on my properties, which means that he's still got 50% in his properties. All right. Way to go, Aaron. All right. Next one. This one should be easy. 776,000 median, down 16.5%. Where would 776,000 be?
Lakeway?
Nailed it. Lakeway down 16.5%. They are from the top. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down from the top. That's crazy. All right. Next on this list, 302 median, down 18.2%. John, you were close. We're going to get to Cedar Park in a minute. See if you can guess Cedar Park on here. Or do I even not?
He's like, I just want it to happen now, so it doesn't happen.
Oh, I do have Cedar Park on here. You'll be pleasantly surprised. Okay. Next one is Taylor. Taylor's at 302, down 18.2%. We're going to get to the next one. So this one's
You know,
299 is the median, Ian, down 22%. Where do you think that one is? 299
now I'm going to
median.
go back south. No. 299.
Yeah.
Are we going as far south as San Marcos?
I don't have San Marcos. I don't have San Marcos. New Braunfels is on
New
here.
Braunfels.
But you'll be surprised when you hear the numbers on New Braunfels. We still haven't said Liberty. Here's the ones we haven't said so far. We haven't said Cedar Park. We haven't said New Braunfels. We haven't said Liberty Hill.
Manor.
We haven't said Manor, Bastrop, Buda, or Beacon.
Oh, Del Valley. It's Del Valley.
Close enough. Bastrop down 22%.
Really?
Yes. Is this game fun? Are people enjoying this, or are you just hating it? I got teased by being told we were going to check how our zip codes are doing. Yeah, I'm going to get to your zip code, but I got to get through this. This is way more fun. I got to make 2 videos out of this in the clips. I quit doing all the other stuff. Yeah, here we go. Cooking with stocks says 22%. That it gets worse. The next is 320,000, down 24.3%. Name that tune.
Buda.
Very close. Manor. Manor is down 24%. Next on the list.
We need flashcards.
I know, man. Next on this list, down 356,000, 29.9% down. Coming in south of the river, Buda, Texas, down almost 30%. What is this list?
Good.
Down from what? July of last year to July of this year, year over year. Okay. Bee Cave, next on this list. Number 1 biggest drop is Bee Cave, 688,000, down 38.2%. I don't believe that number one bit, but that's what they're saying. Okay. So there was 3 that were positive. Here they are. Cedar Park.
Okay.
At number 3, that's 501,000. Crazy, right?
No new construction. It's all resale.
All resale, 2.2% plus year over year. So if you're living in Cedar Park right now, you're going, heck yeah, baby. Forget this
and
crash. We're up 2%.
And I think once people have homes in Cedar Park, they don't let them go as quickly, as rapidly.
True. There's some inventory in there. All right. Next on this list, you're not going to believe this, Ian. Up 4.2%. Your guy bought an investment property there last year at 406,000. New Braunfels, number 2 on the best list. Boom. All right. So that leaves us with number 1. And this highest growth year over year, 4.7%, 494 median price. I would never guess that this was the median price for Liberty Hill.
Yeah, that one's interesting too. They have a lot of growth out that way, but they also have a lot of lower priced and higher priced properties that people purchase, and it sustains it. So I can see it. Yeah.
All right. So we got through that. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to go through the list of zip codes. And this time I'm actually going to bring a tool up here so I can actually do this. So it'll be a little bit more fun. So let me share screen here. Let me get rid of this guy. Oh, I just gave away all the numbers.
Did you screenshot it? Did everybody screenshot it?
Yeah, you should have screenshotted the numbers. You can share
it.
And
say, dial it back a little bit. No, don't do that. This is live stream. Keep it going.
All right, share screen. Let me find this window. Come on now. Not that one. Zip codes. Yeah, this one. Boom. Okay. We're going to go zip code by zip code here. Okay. So what was the first one on here? Cooking with stocks. No.
78660.
Aaron, 78660. Let's look it up. 78660. How do you think it did, Aaron? 78660 is down 4% at 449,000 right here.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
But you also have
ads. I don't know what's happening. Got the Temu ads.
Oh,
ready for the next?
Oh, hold on a second. I want to look at this. So existing home is down 13% though. And new construction, Aaron, new construction's up 10.7%. So people are not doing existing homes. They're going after new construction. And that's probably why, because builders are offering better interest rates. All right. What's the next one?
78613.
All right. 78613. Here we go. Down 5.5% year over year for July. Existing home sales down 5.5, and new construction is nowhere to be found at all. So if you live in 78613, you're down 5.5 year over year. Not bad.
Like I said, no new construction.
Could have been worse. What's the next one?
The next?
Yeah, go for it.
78641.
That is Buda. So, yep, down 16. Is that Buda? 78641? I think it's Buda. 78641 is down 16%. New construction's down 15%. And this is going by the medians. For whatever reason, I go by the median because every time you hear it's about the median, but the average is still 572. Existing home 435, but the median's 565, down 17%. Look at that.
And just so everybody is aware, like just Austin proper has, I think it's 37 zip codes. And then all the suburbs have 1, 2, or 3 zip codes. So it's really hard to remember what they all are. Yeah. So it's a little rough. You ready for the next?
Yeah.
78747.
7. I recognize that one. That's close to me. All right. 78747 down 9.3% from July of last year. Existing home sales down 9.4%, down to 435. The average is 477. New construction down 13%. Not bad. I mean, not good. Okay. Definitely not good. All right. Give me the next one.
78664. This one should have no new construction.
78664. Boom.
Or light.
786. That's Round Rock, isn't it? Or is that?
It's one of them.
Yeah, one of them. Okay. So not bad. Average is up 4.5%. The median's down 3.4. That's why, like, however they pull these median numbers, I don't know, man. They drive me nuts.
Yeah.
But even like existing home, the average is up 4.8, 453. The median's down 379. New construction is up 100%.
Yeah.
Because they only had one sale.
Yep.
Interesting. Yep. All right. What's the next one?
78642. It should be south.
642. So we got down 9.2%. If you live in that zip code, the median's only, or the average is only down 4.2. Really interesting. So no townhome sales, no condominium sales, but you have only 2.6% down for existing home and down 22% for new construction. That's pretty wild.
We're good.
Yeah. What's the next one, boss?
78729.
78729er. I was a pilot. I did use that.
The pilot coming out of you.
It was, yeah.
You know, I got another agent in Dallas who's talking about getting his pilot's license. I said, I have an hour, but Jeremy has an actual license. So
yeah, I have an actual license and I fly JSX.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh.
Wasn't that great?
I took that for the first time. It was the best.
I was
on a plane. There were 7 people on the plane that seats 30 people. And, you know, they come over to you immediately trying to give you all this stuff. You want this for free? You want this for free? Do you want to move? Are you more comfortable on this side of the plane? I'm like, get out of here. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to lay across? Our home went from 950 to 800. Oh, smokes. That's not fun.
It didn't go from anything unless you bought it at 950.
You don't. Yeah. So, right? Yeah. So what's that saying?
At 800.
Yeah. You don't lose money until you sell. But this, I mean, the whole point of this is really to show that you really, and this what should be the whole point of this, is that really it's about the time in the market, not timing the market. Yes. So what's the next one, boss?
Yes. 78734.
Austin zip code up. Hey, look at, there you go. Up 4.4%. The average is up 6.3. Existing homes is down 2.7, and new construction's propping this bad boy up. This is out in the Lakeway area, right?
I haven't seen any. Yeah, I was going to say, you know what I haven't seen? I haven't seen like your Zilker or your Travis Heights come up yet, which is kind of interesting.
Well, I'm going to pull it up just for funds then. Look at this.
I'm just saying. I was like, well, where are those numbers? Nobody's asking.
It's interesting.
Just
So
kidding.
I did a video that came out on Tuesday, and you all have painfully made it obvious that you don't like my listing videos, which you should watch them because they're a lot of fun. I say a lot of ridiculous things in them, but yeah. So 78704. So I would like. There's so much inventory in 78704. It is ridiculous. All right. What about my zip code? Let's see. Let's see what my zip code did. Down 2.2%. Hey, I'm hanging in nice. Average is down 12%. That's not good. But look at that. Existing home is up 0.6. Honey, we did good. New construction's down. The reason why new construction's down is because they're well, no, it's not in the zip code. Probably because Headwaters is selling probably below or selling lower. Could be. All right. What's the next one, boss? Another question would be, what city will have the quickest turnaround once the economy stabilizes and interest rates? I mean, if you're looking at some of these prices that are down 30%, 20%, 19%, like I'm looking at those as investment opportunities in the future.
Well,
personally,
I agree with that. I think if they're down and they have a draw to the area, for example, Bastrop has a lot being built. So even though it's down, there's a lot coming to that area right now. So yeah, that would be, in my opinion, that would be a really good turnaround opportunity. Depending on where in Bastrop, like the Colony or one of those neighborhoods that are over there. 78734.
So the question 78734. We just did that one. What's the next one?
Look at Phil's question. That's funny. Where are these houses? They are all over. You know what they aren't? They aren't the houses that you're finding on Zillow that are your 4-bed with an office in the heart of the city. That's not where they are. But yes, they exist. There's a lot of them. If you're willing to drive just a little bit, stick to a main road, you can get downtown in 20 minutes, 25 minutes, assuming traffic isn't ridiculous.
Somebody put in there 78602. I don't even think that's near Austin. It's down. You got the
78734, right?
Yeah, I got that one already. Yeah. 78602.
Okay, 78130.
78310.
78130.
78130. Correct. That's not even.
I know that one. That one hit me too. Where the heck is that?
78130 is not in Austin.
Got it.
It's not gonna be in our MLS.
Yeah. I think we're out.
78750 Emma.
Yep, I see that.
Emma coming for you. Emma has a guy's picture. Okay.
Maybe
down 23%. I don't believe that.
Ouch.
23%. But look at the average. See, this is why it's so tough to like go by median. Like this is why you really have to drill down to what neighborhood you live in and all that. Down 23%, but the average is up or is only down 8%. And then you look at existing home down 23, but the average is up, and then 0 new construction. So what's another one?
I think we only have the one more. Well, we have a couple. Did we already do 78641 in Leander? Or
we did that one. That is Leander. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's also Treviso. Like it's lying.
Yeah. Jaden backing me up here says, watch this week's walkthrough. Beautiful house. There's lots of funny laughs because I say some really fun stuff in that one. And do me a favor, just put that. If you don't like the video, just put it on all my walkthrough videos. Just put them on, play them, let your dog watch them. Put the playlist on and let your dogs watch the playlist at least. That way, it helps out the algo, Trying to do some fun stuff here. All right. Yeah. Another question. Okay. We got that one. All right. What other questions we got? 78610.
Did you pull that one up?
I think we did 78610.
78641. Did you do 78602?
78602. Where's my charts? 78602.
Yeah.
I think we did that one. Yeah. We did that one. 78610.
I just had another pop up. 78610.
Yeah, there we go. Down 13%. Average is down 9. Existing home down 12. For the median, for the average down 4.3. And man, look at the new construction. It's way down. And part of that too is because they're just selling homes that are more affordable. So it's not that it's really like down. I mean, it's down. That's the tough part about all of this is it's hard because 78602. I thought we did 78602. It's hard because
Pull it up again.
all right, we'll do it again. Who's asking that? Was that Phil asking?
Phil.
Last time, Phil. Yeah, we already did it because I got it marked up.
Getting zero more.
Phil was out like cooking a steak or something. Down 12.6%.
Not even inviting people.
Yeah, man. Come on, Phil. Bring a steak. We're the amigos. Yeah, look at that. New construction's down 12%. I mean, you're down across the board in 78602. Is that Cheryl? Where is 78602?
No.
78602 is probably like Taylor. Oh, it's Bastrop. Yeah, we did that.
Did we do 78665? I don't think we did that one.
That one we did not do.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that one. I'm done. I'm out of here, guys. I'm just kidding.
Is
that Terra Vista?
I think so.
We're not doing anything for Terra Vista. Sorry, no 78665. Just kidding. We're having fun.
Sachi, I believe that's how you say your name. We've done 78660 15 times. That's that was the first one, the median one, and the last one.
Yeah. So all right. So 78665 down 8%. The average is really far down, which is interesting. Down 16.7 for first existing home, and then new construction's down slightly. 78660 because you've asked multiple times. Here you go. Down 7.4% for 78660. Average is down as well. Yeah, there you go. But new construction's up. So you have that.
I'm going to throw one out there and surprise you. Let's do 78634.
We did that one, man. Oh, it's 78634. We did 787.
Good.
What zip code's that?
This is Hutto.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, just because
10.5.
That's a really popular spillover from Round Rock. So I
sold one this year in this zip code. Down 16% for existing. Down 10.5% overall. Okay. I sold a good one over.
Yeah. So here's what's interesting about that. The reason why I wanted to bring that one up is because, so as we mention all the time, you can buy a place in Austin that actually is zoned to Round Rock, and you're paying Round Rock taxes, or Cedar Park, or the same thing with Liberty Hill that's actually Georgetown, or Round Rock and it's actually Hutto. So I wanted to see what the Hutto number was, because this is one of those situations where most of Round Rock new builds, where people think they're buying in Round Rock, is actually zoned over to Hutto, and there's some kind of confusion over there. But I think that also increases the numbers unfairly.
I don't think you're wrong.
That's what I think. Yeah.
I don't think you're wrong. There's a question here about finding homes under 400K. What do you think? How many homes do you think are in our MLS under 400K? Let's do single family homes though. Make sure we actually do that. Under 400K available to purchase in, let's see. Let's go in Williamson County. Let's go in Travis County, which probably like 3. Bastrop. Let's go Hayes. And unfortunately, Caldwell. I'm still bitter. I'm still bitter about Caldwell, man. I'm still bitter about. So, okay. So we have in our MLS right now, we have 9,000 homes on them that are available. This is in our MLS. It's like 9,800. Only 1,833 are under 400,000. Let me add that to the screen here. Come on now, share screen. I need somebody to like just manage the back end of this so we can just chat. You know, how much easier would it be if I could just chat? You would just hear more from me.
It's exciting.
You're like, no, I don't want to hear any more from you. Oh, but that's single family homes. That's single. This is single family home. So that's why it's lower. Yeah. So where are these under 400K homes? They're in Kyle, Texas. Look at Kyle. Jeez. Buda too. Buda, San Marcos. What's this little guy out here? Lockhart. Lockhart's got a little subdivision out here. Let's see. Where else? I mean, do you want to live in? Oh, come on. Do you want to live out in Lockhart, Ian?
Never. I mean, great barbecue. I do the tour every once in a while, but I couldn't live there.
All right.
So let's see. I went out there for the watermelon. Was it watermelon festival too? It was pretty good. I like watermelon. I know. I didn't have to say that out loud. I get it.
I didn't. You know.
I know. I know.
All right, here I got it back. All right, I got it. Oh, Ian. All right, so I want to. There's I talked to this guy who's got a pecan farm out there. Look at this in Dripping Springs, under 400K. Look at that.
That might actually be a pretty good deal. Look, and it's 2,000 square feet, almost 2,000.
I bought one. I bought one of these.
That surprised me. That surprised me.
I just bought one of these, bud. Well under this price point, cash.
Good.
Yeah. Can't get it rented right now though, which I'm not too worried about. But Hornsby Bend area,
nothing. That's why.
Dude, the high school's right there.
That's not something. That's like.
Well, look, the high school's literally right here.
I'll give you that.
Or maybe it's right here.
If
it's right here.
Kid is your life, then that's what you do, and yeah. But
yeah, that's why
anything after that. Outside of that, there's
you
nothing.
know what? You should come out to Dripping Springs and hang out. Actually, come out here.
I've been out there a lot, but you're right. Maybe you need to show me the places.
Yeah,
maybe that's what we need to do. We've done, I mean, we did it in your last place, but we haven't done it recently. Yeah, that's because everybody's so busy. It's been hot. I don't know if you know.
It's been hot. What do you mean?
We had a little bit of rain yesterday. Did you see that?
I didn't get any down here in Dripping Springs. No. Stupid rain.
I mean, it was only for 12 seconds. It didn't actually matter. Didn't fill the lake. That's literally all I care about.
12 seconds, story of your life. All right. I'm on a roll, guys and girls. Georgetown's got some good stuff under 400. I mean, there's stuff under 400.
What? They're not the 3D printed homes. I'll tell you what. Not. They should be.
Those are probably
those should be 200,000.
Yeah, not much in Cedar Park.
The intrinsic value is higher than that, but those should the manufacturing cost of those should be 250.
Brushy Creek. I need to start buying some more investment properties. Brushy Creek's got stuff under 400.
Brushy Creek is that's the place, man.
Jeez. So there you go. So that answer the question.
Nobody asked a question.
Yeah, there was somebody asked about right here.
Nobody.
Right, Brett asked a question. I saw in the chat. Does this exist southwest somewhere than east? 4-bedroom, 2-bed, new construction. Oh, I guess I didn't answer his question after all.
See,
let's try. All right, so 4-bedroom, 4+. Let's go 2 baths plus. Let's see how much that takes the list down.
You can't say
it went from 1,800 down to 591. Let's look.
That's fine. We haven't even talked about schools yet. You can't really do that, but at the same time, you can look on this map and decide if it's
Yeah, there you go. Down south, there's properties. Bastrop, we showed it.
Did he say down south?
Yeah, he said down south. These are
4.
No, these are all 4.2s. I probably, if I'm going to live in Kyle,
Aaron's right.
No, Aaron can't be right.
He's right.
No, what did Aaron say?
It's not south, but
786. Yeah, he is right. God, man, Aaron's so good. Curious if how both feel with the rising interest rates and potential more rate hikes. That would you do think of 2024 pricing will be at 7.5 or an even 8? No, we just said they're down to 7.1 right now. A lot of the analysts have said that they're, in fact, that's why like Zillow, Redfin, Black Knight, all of these data analytic companies are saying, and this is what I talked in the last week's video, they're all saying they're all saying that interest rates are going to drop down into the 6.5 range and down to 6%, but you're going to see an increase in prices of about 6 to 6.5. I even showed that Austin on that map, it was like 6.7, and that was on the low end. So this is what I've been saying is that this last half of the year, interest rates suck. This is a time to be buying. I have clients. It's been funny because June, July were August, super slow months. All my clients that have been listening to me are like, hey, and I'm showing you this, the whole point of this whole video, $400,000 homes. There are homes that are affordable, yet they may not be as affordable to you. Aaron says, here's my advice. Survive till 2025. Yeah, because Aaron's right. Once interest rates drop down back into 5% in 2025, you're going to be fighting with everybody to find a home.
Everyone fighting with everyone.
Yep. And Aaron too. You're going to be fine with Aaron.
Aaron won't be worried anymore.
Yeah. Aaron's going to be renting. Aaron's going to be the one that's your landlord because he bought all the houses. He's telling everybody, no, don't buy until 2028. Don't buy. And then Aaron buys up 30 more homes.
Yeah. Good for him.
Yeah. Good for you, Aaron. Buda over
all
Kyle,
in the same zip.
Yeah. Cooking with stocks.
Aaron actually brings up a good point. It's absolutely based on your situation. But if you need a place, I like to survive if you can, but if you need a place, then you need a place. That doesn't change.
Brett, you're asking all the right questions, man. You should reach out. Maybe we could help you out. But yeah, in my opinion, it depends on where you are in Buda over Kyle. There is one neighborhood that everybody loves to buy in, but it's got a lot of problems with it. So it's, if you're going to be price sensitive, maybe you're going to be in that neighborhood. But I agree with cooking with stocks. I like Buda over Kyle, although I've been the one to hype up Kyle on this channel quite a bit. I think it's a feel thing.
I think I like neighborhoods in Buda better.
Correct. Yeah, Leisurewood's a good one.
It is for me.
I like, but again, Leisurewood's not a brand new neighborhood. Leisurewood, you're buying an older home. Like you're going to probably remodel that home. It's a 1980s, 1990s home. It's not super brand new. Leisurewood's a great area. And this is why I like Kyle. This is why I like Butte over Kyle. Me personally, the location wise, especially if you're on the west side, the 1626 will head up and hit the extension, the Mopap extension right there. So you're closer to downtown. If you're in Circle C, they're down in Kyle. They are building that big Soto Sopa or whatever, that big domain too. That's going to be really cool when that's fully built. So you have that there. The problem you will have is when rates go down, prices are going to the moon. Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. So if you're buying now and you're getting a really good deal on a home, yeah, you're going to have a crappy interest rate. Maybe you do a 3-2-1 buy down. Maybe you do a 2-1 buy down. Maybe you get the seller to kick in a bunch of closing costs so you can do a buy down. And 3 years from now, you refi. I think there's going to be a huge refi boom come 2025. I think there's going to be a huge refi boom.
That's a good call. There is going to be a big refi boom come 2025. Lenders, at me.
Yeah. All of our lender, dude. Remember in 2021, 2022, early 22, but primarily 2021, we could not get lenders on the phone. They wanted nothing to do with us because they were crashing in on all the refis. They were cashing in on all the refis.
Yeah, the builders didn't want us either. So.
And then 2020, yeah, they did. And then 2022 rolls around and my phone starts ringing. Hey, it's such and such with CMG Mortgage. Oh, it's me with whatever. Sarah, who's been on this channel. I haven't heard from her until last month. She's like, oh, hey, by the way, have you been? Like, where have you been?
Yeah.
Where you're not pre-qualify our buyers faster. Let's go.
Life, man. Everybody's got life. It's not the season. It's not the season for refis.
Okay. So my girlfriend is about to list hers in Leisurewood. I'm telling her to wait in this market. What are your thoughts? I'm thinking your girlfriend should have reached out to me first.
I was going to ask who something with. That's the question. That's thoughts.
All right. So 2 things here. Number 1, I have never seen the house, so I have no idea. I've never seen the quality of the house. Secondly, I don't know her situation. So everybody that's coming to me right now to list their homes, we are having a long conversation about what are they wanting to get out of this? Do they need equity out of it? What are they doing? Everybody has a different reason for listing right now. If you don't have to sell your home right now, I wouldn't. And this is a realtor telling you.
Yeah.
But if you're in the market to buy, I would probably be considering buying.
My quote is always, people always move for love or money.
Yeah.
And so in most situations, people have to go back to work somewhere or something's happening with family. And that's why they relocate. When people are buying, it's usually emotional. When people are selling, it's usually necessity based. So it's kind of interesting to have that conversation with people. It's almost always somber. unless they know they're going to get a huge cash out.
I agree with Aaron. Aaron, just join our team. Like,
Please?
what are you doing?
God.
Just give me real estate. Join
Try
my
my product,
team. Like,
please.
what are you doing? Okay. Like the guy's spot on with everything in real estate. You might as well just start selling real estate, bro. Come on. All right. Do a seller subsidy to do a rate buy down 100%. This is I don't know the situation of this property. It's a dope house. If you list a dope house too high, it's gonna sit.
Yeah, it's gonna sit there and you're gonna look like a dope. Sorry.
Right. And so I would say realistically, I would hold on if it were me and you don't have to sell right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait till March. April, maybe. Wait till April. If I don't have to sell. She wants to downsize, but stay in Buda. Hard to find smaller 3-bedroom home in Buda. Her place is worth $599, but looking for a $400K home. I mean, if that's in
careful with that place is worth comment.
Yeah, the place is worth, right? Because somebody's still gonna buy it. It's the thing about Leisure Woods that's nice is that if it's got acreage, right? So a lot of those are from like half an acre to an acre. So if it's on an acre and you don't have anybody looking in your backyard and the house looks nice, you might get $599 for it. I've seen prices kind of all over the map in Leisure Woods right now. So maybe if you had a good realtor that was doing really good listing videos, you know.
The thing that's funny is people don't always consider all of there's so many things that buyers look at when they're selling. And then it's like when you go to list your house, you forget all of these things. And so like a great example is I've heard women say stuff like, her place is worth what someone else would pay. I've heard women say stuff like, oh, well, there's a 2-story house right behind me. So if I'm ever in the backyard, people can stare at me. I won't buy the house because of that. And you're like,
yeah. I've heard women on those shows say they were a 10.
My point is the buyer, and this is why it goes to her place is worth what someone else will pay. And I like 100%. Jeremy, I like your comment about the acre lots. That's going to trump a lot of things. That's going to really drive a lot of value.
Yeah. All right, Ian, we've done like an hour and 15 minutes. It's a while since we've done over an hour. So I'm going to let you have the last word. Go ahead and throw it out there.